Hi, in this week's video, I'm going to be reviewing the one and only Hydrow. I've done over 50 workouts now, and this is going to be an in-depth review, so I'll put it into chapters. I'm going to show you the hardware, the software, talk about the design of the Hydrow. I'll also talk about this 22-inch tablet, the classes and the athletes, as well as the programs. I'll also tell you how Hydrow has impacted my health and fitness. I've got some tips along the way, as well as a software feature coming, which I'm really looking forward to, and I think will be a game changer for you as well. Let's get cracking. So let's start with the hardware. I think the quality here is really good. I chose to build this myself. They did offer on delivery, but I just wanted to get a real feel for it. And the build quality is second to none, I would say. It feels very robust. It's really well put together. And I don't think you'll have any problems with this for years to come. The parts of the row that move are all very smooth. The foot plates seem to be at a perfect angle, and they're also a really good distance apart, which I like. There's plenty of adjustment here as well, and the straps work really well. Hydrow have some amazing mobility, Pilates, strength, and also yoga workouts on their platforms. And when it comes to doing things like yoga, due to the nature of this being a rower, the screen is at the perfect height to do a yoga workout. One thing I have is when I'm doing a yoga workout is having to constantly look up at a TV on a wall, but this is in the best position. It just would be nice if the screen came a little bit further round. As you can see, whoever picks the locations for Hydrow does a very good job. They're all like this, they're all fantastic. It's quite a heavy machine, but all the weight is at this end. So if you haven't got space, if it's a multi-use area and you can't leave it in situ, you can actually stand it up. The screen just folds down here, and then it can be stored upright if needed. This then reduces the footprint of the Hydrow considerably. Although it is quite a tall machine, I've got low ceilings in here and it just about fits. It feels pretty secure in this position, but Hydrow do sell a wall strap, and that enables you just to secure it to the wall about there. So quite easy to do. I think my preference though would be not to have to do it every time. I wanted to do a row just because I'm a bit lazy, I think. But if you need to, you can do it. The seat is very comfortable, and it's also a really good height to get on and off the rower. There's a nice cutout here for your coccyx, and by that I mean tailbone. We don't need fancy words here. The seat belt style strap is also very welcome compared to a chain. It's not only quieter, it feels a lot nicer as well. It is really hard to row and talk. Handle is also a really good shape. It's nice and round. If you start to get really sweaty, it does get slightly less grippy. I think I'd like it to be a little bit more rubberized, but that's just a small thing. It's very, very good. When it comes to the Hydrow's electromagnetic resistance, I was a little bit concerned how it would fare to, say, a water rower or the fan you get on a Concept 2, for instance. My concerns were, would it be like a spin bike with an underweight flywheel? Would I be able to outrow the machine? Would it feel unnatural? Would it slip? But it hasn't done. It seems really, really smooth. No matter how hard I pull, it just pulls back harder. I think it's out of all the rows I've ever used, this is by far the smoothest. The 22-inch touchscreen is 1080p. The quality is generally very good. Hydrow film their workouts out in the water live. Occasionally the quality drops off very slightly for short periods if I'm being picky, but in the most part, it just looks like this. As you can probably tell, I really like my Hydrow and I wouldn't be without it. If you do decide to buy one, I'll put a link in the description which will take you to the Hydrow website for the very best price, and it will also help support the channel. When it comes to the design, I think the Hydrow looks really, really good. If this wasn't in my home gym, I would happily have this in my house. Before I turn the screen on and start navigating, I want to show you this feature. It's bloody genius. So I split my workouts into 3 parts. There's some strength training, mobility or yoga, and then I get on the rower and I do a 20-minute row generally. What Hydrow does, and I really love this, I think it's my favorite feature, is when you turn it on, it doesn't take you to a menu screen. It knows what you've done, so the first thing it does is suggest what you should do. Let me show you. So when I touch the screen here, it comes on, I tell it who I am, and it instantly recommends a row for me. I like 20-minute rows, this fits with my training, and it's just such a good feature. I love it. I don't have to search through any menus, no paralysis of analysis. It's just showing me the workout I was most likely to do anyway. It's a brilliant feature, and I think more connected fitness companies should adopt this. There are over 3,500 workouts available on the Hydrow, and this is split between 13 athletes. You can search them by duration, workout type. Now these are the 3 different types of row with an athlete. You've also got warm-up, cool-down. You've got journey rows, which are just point of view rowing, they're scenic rows. You've also got strength workouts, mobility, Pilates, yoga flow, yoga align, yoga restore, and then you've got learn to row as well. This guy here, Pete, is very, very funny. I really like his workouts. When it comes to the athletes Hydrow have, they're somewhere between very good and excellent. Quite often you're being led by current athletes, Olympians, for example. So these don't feel like you're in an exercise class as such. You're working with top achieving athletes. These are some of the best in their field. It feels very much more like a coaching workout than it does a class-based experience. And because these guys are always in front of you, facing you, using proper form, it's really easy to start building and improving on your form as well. And what I found is, as I've improved, I can actually hear it in the rower, which sounds strange, but on a 20-minute workout, on a good 20-minute workout, I would cover 3,800 meters very quickly by just following what these guys are doing and also doing the how to row section, which I highly recommend. I'm now on the same sort of effort level. I'm now covering 4,200 meters. So I'm going 10% further without much more effort, just through improvements in my technique. Unlike some connected fitness companies, what I find here is there's less like rah-rah around the workouts. It's just determination and cheerful coaching, really. You don't feel like there's 80% corporate message and 20% them. They're all very down to earth, and if there is a corporate message going on here, I've yet to see it. When it comes to physical changes from using Hydrow and also the other workouts they have, rowing uses about 86% of your muscles, which I didn't realise, but I cross-referenced it, and it's true. So what I've noticed is there has been a change in my physicality. I talked about this more in my previous video, but there seems to be a much better connection now between my top half and my bottom half. I feel stronger than I did before I started rowing. My mobility is better as well. All in all, I would say I have rolled back father time at least a little bit since I started using this rower. I do feel really good. One of the biggest improvements I've made, I've always had a strong upper body, but I've always had kind of weaker legs. And the reason being is leg day was always on a Friday, beers with the lads was always on a Thursday. I think I've probably skipped at least 95% of my leg workouts ever. And of the 5% I have done in the gym, I've absolutely hated. And with rowing, it does give you, as well as an upper body workout, it does give you a really good leg workout. My legs now feel quite strong, surprisingly strong compared to how they felt before. And for me, it's although it's not easy, it's an easy way to do legs because I don't want to do them. So what rowing has given me is the ability to train my legs as well as other parts of my body, but actually enjoy it, which I'm really grateful for. Now, at the start of this video, I talked about some tips. Now, my big tip is when you get on the rower, you can adjust the resistance. The default setting is 104. Don't change this. I pushed mine up because I thought I could do heavier. And although I could do heavier, my technique was all over the place. So if you're just starting out on the Hydrow, keep the resistance at 104. do the how to row program, and that will probably be the right resistance for you. One thing Hydrow doesn't have is a pause button. The front doorbell might go, the phone might ring, the kids might need something, your bladder might not be as confident as it once was. If that happens, you're going to either have to abandon your workout or just miss a large chunk of it. I asked Hydrow about this. I don't know if they think I'm somebody else, but they seem to answer my questions. And they said that it is coming this year. So that's really good news. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this review and you found it helpful. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. And until next time, see you soon.